Centuries ago, in the land of Israel, the Israelites faced a grave challenge. For hundreds of years, they had been oppressed by the Midianites, a powerful and ruthless enemy who would descend upon them, seizing their crops and leaving them destitute. Yet, amidst this adversity, there was hope. God chose a man named Gideon to lead his people to victory. However, Gideon was neither a warrior nor a king. He was simply an ordinary farmer. How then could he possibly deliver the nation from the oppressive rule of the Midianites? One day, as Gideon was quietly threshing wheat in a hidden winepress, an angel of Jehovah appeared to him. The angel greeted him with words that seemed almost too extraordinary to believe. "Jehovah is with you, you mighty warrior." Gideon, stunned and bewildered, looked around, certain that the angel must have mistaken him for someone else. Fear began to stir in his heart, but it was quickly joined by a flicker of curiosity and perhaps nascent courage. "Me?" Gideon replied, his voice tingled with disbelief. "How can I possibly save Israel? My clan is the weakest in Manasseh, and I am the least in my family." But the angel reassured him. "Jehovah is with you. With his strength, you will strike down the Midianites as if they were but a single man." That night, Gideon couldn't sleep. He tossed and turned, his mind swirling with a mix of fear and hope. Could he truly be the one chosen to deliver his people? Determined to seek clarity, Gideon decided to ask God for a sign. He laid out a fleece of wool on the threshing floor and prayed earnestly. "If you would save Israel by my hand, let the fleece be wet with dew in the morning, but let the ground remain dry." At dawn, Gideon rose early, his heart racing as he hurried to check the fleece. To his amazement, he found it soaked with dew while the surrounding ground was completely dry. It was undeniable, a miracle. Yet, despite this clear sign, doubt still lingered in Gideon's heart. Seeking further reassurance, he humbly asked for another sign. This time, he prayed that the fleece would stay dry while the ground around it became covered with dew. Once again, God answered his prayer. With newfound courage amidst difficulty, Gideon gathered an army to face the Midianites. Initially, he assembled 32,000 men ready to fight, but before they could march into battle, God spoke to him, saying, "You have too many men. I want Israel to know that their victory comes from me, not from their own strength." Following God's direction, Gideon reduced his army from 32,000 to just 10,000. But even then, God wasn't finished. He instructed Gideon to take the men to drink water from the river as a test of their readiness. Some men knelt and drank directly from the stream, oblivious to their surroundings. Others lapped the water with their hands, staying alert and vigilant. God told Gideon, "Keep the men who drank like dogs. Those who were alert, send the others home." And just like that, Gideon's army was reduced to 300 soldiers. With this small but faithful group, Gideon prepared to face the vast Midianite army against overwhelming odds. The Midianites had an army that outnumbered Israel's by far, but God didn't want them to fight with swords or shields. He had a different plan. As night fell, Gideon's men surrounded the enemy camp, armed not with swords, but with trumpets, jars, and torches hidden inside the jars. They waited for Gideon's signal. In the stillness of the night, fear and anticipation filled the air. Then, with a mighty blow of the trumpets and the smashing of jars, Gideon's men revealed their torches and shouted, "Jehovah's sword and Gideon's!" The Midianites were thrown into chaos. They were so terrified and confused that they turned on each other, and those who survived fled. Thus, Gideon and his small band of warriors had achieved a miraculous victory. What is the lessons for us today? The story of Gideon teaches us that true strength comes not from numbers or might, but from faith, courage, and trust in God. Even when we feel weak and insignificant, we can accomplish great things when we place our trust in Him. Remember the story of Gideon, when you're feeling lost and hopeless, when it seemed like you're not good enough. Yes, remember Gideon, the ordinary farmer who became a mighty warrior through his faith and courage. A story of fear turned to courage, weakness transformed into strength, and doubt overcome by faith. Let it touch your heart. Let it teach you. Let it inspire you to face your own challenges with the same courage, faith, and hope, knowing that even in our weakest moments we can find the strength to overcome any difficulty. May it strengthen and motivate you to believe in the incredible power within you.